Mr. Roll, are you ready for regatta?
Regatta? Man, I've been ready for regatta. I'm on the Rollville boat. Keep your eye on them. So guess what, DPM? You better keep your eye on me, because I come in numero uno.
Good morning. My name is Wade Watson, Member of Parliament for Gaines and Grantstown, and Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Economic Affairs. On this regatta, I'll be sailing on the Zena from Long Island, and DPM, I want you to know, we can win this time.
John Pinder, Central South Africa MP, and looking forward to this year's National Family Island Regatta. We'll be sailing on NA right for the Ministers race, and last year DPM took first place, but that was protocol at hand. This year all bets are right, and NA right's going to do it.
Wayne Monroe, Member of Parliament for Freetown, hailing actually from Duncantown, Ragged Island. In the upcoming race, I'll be on the Irene Goodnight from Ragged Island. The DPM has the trophy for the winner. Uriah McPhee just gave me a trophy for coming dead last. DPM is trying to hold on to his trophy. I'm not trying to hold on to mine. When you're out front, people come in for you. He will learn that. He will learn that the hard way.
Good day, Bahamas. This is Honorable Leonardo Lightbourne, Member of Parliament for North Islands and the Berry Islands, Parliamentary Secretary, the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs. I'm just here to let you guys know that come Exuma Regatta, I will be on board the Ashley from Mangrove Key, Andros. This is the boat that's going to take first place on the C-Class race with the Ministers' Cup. I want the Deputy Prime Minister to know that I'm coming for you. You're the reigning champion, and North Andros and the Berry Islands will be leaving 2024 number one.
How you doing? My name is Senator Quinton Lightbourne. It's a pleasure that I've been invited by the Deputy Prime Minister to participate in the National Family Island Regatta in Georgetown, Exuma next weekend. But I must help, give the Deputy Prime Minister some advice that, there's nothing wrong with coming second, because I will be sailing with King and Knights, the Auckland's boat, at the National Family Island Regatta in Georgetown, Exuma. See you all there.
Minister Clay Sweeting, I am the Minister responsible for regattas and festivals. I am sailing on the Sassy Sue in the upcoming National Family Island Regatta next week. There's been a lot of trash talk going on. I know the Deputy Prime Minister last year, the first annual, came away with the win, but I just want to let him to know I apologize for having to take the championship from him in his hometown next week.
I'm Chester Cooper, Deputy Prime Minister, Member of Parliament for Exumas and Ragged Island, and importantly, the reigning champion of the First Minister's Challenge at the National Family Island Regatta in Exuma. As politicians, we speak at competitions and graduations and we say, you are all winners. Well, not in sailing, not at the Minister's Challenge, and not at the National Family Island Regatta. I intend to defend my championship. But I commend my colleagues for their sportsmanship and for showing up. There's no better way to show our support for the national sport than the Minister's Challenge. And there's no better place to do it than in Georgetown, Exuma at the National Family Island Regatta, where I shall hold no hostages.
Look out, DPM. Look out, Clay Sweeting. I'll be sailing in the Exuma Regatta. I'll be on catch the cat, and I want them to try to catch the cat.
Good morning and welcome to the most beautiful spot on the planet this morning. We are in Georgetown, Exuma for the 68th Annual National Family Island Regatta. I'm Reg Smith. With me, my co-host, Dwight Hart. Dwight, welcome.
Reg, morning.
Good to see you. Welcome back from the cold.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, could not have wished and wanted to be in a better place today.
Isn't it awesome?
It is such a beautiful day here in Georgetown, Elizabeth Harbor, the 68th National Family Island Regatta, Reg, sailing.
And we're sitting here looking at the biggest, probably the biggest number of boats we've ever had, because E-class and C-class have exploded.
Yes.
I mean, C was up there, but E, imagine.
Yeah, E, we used to be around 10, 12 boats. But I believe we had this morning 30.
We had
35?
Close to 35 boats.
Yep.
35 boats. So, Dwight, let's take a quick rundown and welcome everybody from around the world that tuned into us this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
We want to go to what's new, because we have a lot of new things happening in this Family Island Regatta that we have not had before. Let's talk first of all about racing. We're seeing a course this morning that we have not seen before in Regatta.
Yeah. For the first time at the National Family Island Regatta, it was initially introduced at the Best of the Best in Montague, December. You have a gate at the downwind portion of your race course. And Reg, you could explain exactly what does that gate mean?
Well, in previous racing, we've always had a leeward buoy, a leeward marker that everybody went around.
Right.
This year we have two. And so you have you have a gate. You go between two markers,
right.
And so boats coming downwind have the choice or the option to go either starboard or port.
Right.
And Dwight, what that does for us is it splits the fleet. It opens the fleet up.
Right.
It gives you an option. You don't have to chase the tail of the other boat.
Right.
You can actually go on
choose
port.
A different strategy. Yes.
You can choose a different side of the course. Basically, that's what we're saying.
Right.
You could take the right side or the left side of the course. Before you could do it, but you had to go around the mark and then tack to get on that port. But now you can go right through the gate, and you can jibe, and the other guy can block down, and boy, we have a race.
Yep. All right. Well, Reg, we had like we mentioned, the E-class earlier this morning. Again, a very big fleet, 30-something plus boats. Got off to an excellent start.
Very good start.
Coming down to the windward marker on the first leg, I believe we had one Bahamas out of Exuma with the lead.
With a fairly good lead.
Yeah. Followed very closely by Lady Anne Marie, a new boat, brand new boat, Mark Knowles built out of Long Island, Mangrove Bush area, I believe. And David Knowles, who is known for sailing the Legend, was the skipper, I believe, on Lady Anne Marie. After going around the first, through the gate, they went to starboard, and she was able to sail down one Bahamas, sailed by Tanaj out of Manos out of Exuma.
Exuma Sailing Club.
Yep, your club, Reg. Quite familiar with these guys.
I'm gonna do a little plugging. So
yeah, for sure, absolutely. But when it was all said and done, Lady Anne Marie was able to complete the race, and she got the first gun here at the National Family Island Regatta, Commodore's Cup, I think it is. One Bahamas was able to maintain her second place after falling behind slightly to Mako, sailed by another one of their favorite skippers from the Exuma Sailing Club, young Emmett
Knowles.
Knowles, the son of Dallas Knowles.
Dallas Knowles, Commodore. We'll talk about that lady.
Yep. And the Reg, Mako fell initially to third place. Was in a very, very tight fight.
She pitch pulled.
Yeah.
She put a bow down and went under.
Right at the finish line, fighting against Sugarloaf, another brand new boat sailing out of Eleuthera. I know that's the boat that the Member of Parliament for South Eleuthera, Clay Sweeting, has been bragging about. And also he's the minister responsible for regattas, so I'm sure he's going to be very, very excited. And I believe we'll be talking with him at some point before the end of this regatta to talk a little bit about that boat. But Reg, we have, as you can see on your screens now, the beginning of the upcoming C-class race. Notes about the lineup?
So let's talk about how we're starting races today, because that's another new thing.
Yep.
We used to go down the line, ladies and gentlemen, and then by bullhorn tell everybody the course. We'd have to do it once or twice or maybe 3 times. It was difficult in windy conditions like we have today. However, Dallas, our new Commodore, has introduced now the flag system. And so you're going to get, what you will see happening, you will see a class flag go up, and there the class flag will be a colored flag with either E or A or B or C on it in a big capital letter. And so that's your class flag. And then you'll see a start flag go up, and I believe it's a blue and white flag, and that is the start flag, and that'll go up. That says you've got 3 minutes to start, and at 1 minute you get a warning gun, and you get another flag that goes up, which is the real start flag, and I think that's sort of green and white. I'm not sure. I can't remember. We'll show it to you. And then when that flag comes down, the gun goes. So there's no more having to say, oh, I didn't hear you or whatever.
Right.
You have to watch the signals. You have to watch your timing.
Right.
And this is good, Dwight, because you can watch the clock.
Right.
And you know exactly when to start pulling.
Right.
You know, so it's a great system. It's international. We're introducing a lot of new things into the regatta this year that are going to help the sailors, but we want to help you understand why we're doing that and how it works.
All right, so if we may, Reg, since we're about to have the C-class race, I believe we can quickly just go through the sloops. And
Okay.
if you want to pull up your list,
Well,
Reg.
I'm not sure my list is in the same order, but we got the start line we should have from Exuma, Termite. That's going to be Exuma Sailing Club.
Yep.
We have Flash, Denrick Miller from Ackland, Slaughter from Exuma, that's from the Keys. It Ain't Right, Abaco, Sassy Sue from Long Island with Stephen Knowles, The Boat to Watch. Patton Pride, Dwight Roll from Exuma. That's also one of the Long Island built boat. She's on the same line as Sassy Sue. So watching that one, Dwight, I'm going to go very fast, and we'll come back with the captains. Bell Reg, Lady Eunice, Legal Weapon, Raging Bull, H2O, Shroud, Sacrifice, Goodnight Irene, Barbarian, Chaser, Witty K, and Catch the Cat. And let's go to page 2. We have 2 pages, Dwight.
Yep.
Ashley B., that's out of Andros. Melva B. out of Andros. Queen out of Exuma. Golden Girl, Exuma. Confusion, Exuma. Sweet Island Gal, Long Island. Balrich, which is a new boat, sailed by one of our former students, Brandon McPhee out of Exuma. Hog Tusk is Exuma. Captain Lauren Knowles. Don Knowles Jr. out of Long Island. Xena is back, Dwight, this year. David Knowles sailing her. Keep your eye on him. Red Boy out of Hansel Roll out of Exuma. Cobra 2, Ian McKenzie out of Mayaguana. Miss Rowie, Alvington McKenzie, Exuma. Miss Laura out of Exuma. Eric Taylor. Grana and Grana Boy. Kazim Lloyd out of Exuma. Beerly Legal, Long Island. Sansali is here. San Salvador, Mark Knowles. Dream Girl, David Roll, New Providence. Uncle John is here out of Acklands. Alvin Gibson. And bringing up the last one, Spray Hound, also out of Exuma. So large,
another new boat,
large fleet,
fairly new boat. And Reg, I believe we're going to be able to show the race course, to our viewers. And as you can see, it's up on your screen. And Reg, you can take us through this diagram so that people could get a better understanding of what you were explaining earlier about the gate.
Okay, we have to sort of turn our heads kind of sideways to look at this, but what you're seeing here is the race course. The outside line, you have the start, and then you see you'll go upwind to a windward marker, and you'll come downwind to a downward marker. This is the gate that we told you about. You see the 2 yellow markers here.
Yep.
So you'd come down, you go through that gate depending on how. Now, this is overlaid here, folks, but actually this could be right on top of one another. And what you're seeing in the numbers are the legs.
Right.
So this will be the second leg, and it shows you where you should be.
Right.
Fourth leg, you go back up on the third leg, come back down on a fourth leg, and then you finish right here at the start.
Right.
And that's the race of the,
right.
the
And
course.
so just for clarity, the third leg that's represented by going around your starboard buoy, you could also go around your port buoy.
Yes.
So number 3 could be either on the right side or the left side of the yellow marks.
So if you take the one at the bottom,
number 2,
that would be your starboard rounding,
right,
and the one at the top would be a port rounding. So that's how it looks. That's how the race goes. So that we set that for you now here in the harbor. You can see to your right, Dwight, would be the left side of the harbor. That's looking north. The right side looking south. So that course that we showed you, that windward marker would be on the right side of this screen.
Right.
Right? And the gate would be on the left side.
Okay.
So they'll be coming down across
Well, as
this.
we get into the race and we get to that point, I'm sure we'll be able to explain it better. You
Yeah.
can see we still have a few boats trying to get to the line. And
But the Incredibles, you know, we're pretty lucky to be sitting where we are. Look at this line of boats.
Yeah.
This is an incredible line of C-class boats. And somewhere along the line, we start talking about what do we do about this, because it continues to grow.
Yeah.
So where do we
cap it?
Where do we cap it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
well, I'm sure that's going to be a discussion that comes up at some point where you will probably need to qualify possibly to sail in the National Family Island Regatta based on, you know, where you place in regattas after this regatta for the rest of the year. But Reg, you know, let's just talk again about Exuma, this beautiful harbor. For those of you watching either on the YouTube, Facebook, and Reg, before we take that further, we want to again congratulate the National Family Island Regatta for introducing at this regatta this new NFIR app.
Yes.
That you're able to
absolutely
download.
Incredible.
And so for those of you who may not have the app as yet, those of you here at the regatta site, those of you watching on YouTube or Facebook, there's a regatta app, NFIR. You can go to Google or the Android Play Shop and download that app. From there, you'll get all of the up-to-date racing results. You'll be able to vote. We have voting going on for your favorite boat, which is open voting right now for your favorite vendor stall. Please participate and vote so that at the end of the regatta, we're able to present to those either the vendor or the boat, the number one boats out there. My favorite boat is, well, I'm not going to say right now, Reg. We'll save it until...
I think you're in the process of... folks, don't hold me to this, but I think Dwight's in the process of changing his favorite boats. We're going to see what happens after this regatta.
Reg, before we go any further, and I promise to do this, and Gerald Wells, who is a colleague of mine, working at the Bahamas Carson
who's up in the cold in Canada.
Yeah, he's up in the cold. He's so cold that he's lost all his hair, unfortunately. So he's a bald-headed man. He's from Long Island, so he's a avid, I would say, well, I'm not going to say what I want to say.
Yeah,
right?
please don't.
But he's a fan of all boats from Long Island, right? He and I have some friendly wages going on. He's going to lose all of them. I can promise you that. So when I get back to Toronto, my trip to Exuma will be fully paid for by Mr. Wells up there in Canada. And Wells, just to remind you, I'm to be paid in U.S. dollars, please, not Canadian dollars. So make sure that
that's not what he said this morning. This morning he thought that maybe you were going to be.
Dollars. No, not going to happen.
You're betting on the Long Island Regatta where you're going to be.
Not going to happen.
But yeah, here we are, and we were talking about this beautiful harbor that we are. And we're sitting right across from the second highest elevation in the Bahamas. Sometime during the regatta, we'll show you that. It's called the Beacon, or Monument, as it's been renamed. Right across from us is Chat and Chill, one of the famous beach spots here. To the left of the Beacon, there's a couple of other new places now, Dwight, coming up. And then, of course, to our left, and I guess would be to the left of the screen as well, is an area called the Naval Base, where the United States had a Navy base here during the 40s and 50s during World War II.
Yes.
So there's a lot of history here in the Exuma Harbor as well that we will try to talk to you about as we go this week.
Yeah, and, you know, we're bringing this broadcast to you, Reg, put together by a local Exumian. And I think we need to give credit to the brand new production team, Carson Gray and his team with Gray's Media, who is now, I think this is going to be their first official broadcasting of an event like this.
Yes.
And so we want to say kudos to him and his crew. We're going to have drone coverage. We've got camera coverage. And so we may have some hiccups along the way. So we want, you know, to just let everybody bear along with us as we work through, particularly in this first day,
Yeah.
until we get it all sorted out. But we're going to try to bring you the best broadcast possible, particularly for those
we
who
certainly will.
Yeah, who can't be here
Yeah.
to watch it live. We're going to ensure that you get a good view from home, from your computers, from your cell phones, your tablets, and so forth. And we're going to do our best to not enjoy ourselves too much, Reg.
Yeah, and we'd appreciate your comments. You can go on the app, and there, I think there's a place there that you can make some comments on how we did, and we would love to hear from you on that as well. The line is set, Dwight. We need to be checking for the flags. Folks, we're going to be using binoculars today because they're a little bit far away from us, so we just want to check to see whether we have the committee boat out there with the flag. We have one boat trying to get to the line now. I think that's the last boat. The committee boats are out. I don't see the class flag up yet, but I'm sure that somewhere out there it's going to go up shortly because this race was scheduled to go off at 10:30, and we're just about
15 minutes late at this point.
15 minutes late.
But considering the fleet, I think you get it off within 20 minutes of your start time. You can almost be on time, eh?
Yeah. And when you look out there, you look for the committee boat will be the boat flying in this case, I believe the color of the C class is green. Don't hold me to that, but it will be a green flag with a big C in it, Dwight. That should be up on the boat. It should be to the right of the fleet, maybe all the way out. We're just looking for that class flag because that's going to tell us when the race is about to start or when all the boats are online. And with 40 boats, it's quite a job. But the flag system seems to have settled out. We're not towing boats. We used to tow boats into place. We're not doing that anymore. You have to get to the line on time. And if you want the best spot, you get to the line early and you anchor up and get your spot. So nobody's going to move you around. You have to go and anchor in the spot that you want. And so I think the flag system has really given us an easy way of setting a line quickly. It's the way it used to happen when we started these races. And then, of course, we went to assistance.
All right,
but here we are. And
I see the committee boat. They're just pointed in the wrong direction. I'm not able to see which flag they're currently flying, but it looks like there's just about 2 boats getting ready to set, and then they should be off and running, Reg.
Well, we should at any minute get the
1 minute gun, I believe.
The start gun. We should get the start gun, which would be a 3-minute. The race flag stays up. The class flag stays up. The race flag will go up on that first gun, and that means you have 3 minutes to start. At the end of that 3 minute, the race flag comes down, and the start flag goes up. Right. Okay, and now you have 1 minute. When that flag goes up, when that flag comes down, the cannon goes. The race is started. So you can actually clock yourself in.
Yep.
And be right on the start. And so we're going to get a really even start. One of the problems we have, Dwight, with a long line like this is where you dropped your anchor and how much road you have out.
Yeah.
Because some people will drop 100 yards if they could.
Yeah.
And so when you start pulling, because we start from an anchored start.
Yes.
So when you start pulling, the majority of the fleet, all of the fleet with the exception of that boat on the starboard end of the line, must go on starboard tack.
Right.
Boat on the starboard end of the line, the committee boat end can go to port.
Yeah.
But you have 30-something boats all starting at the same time. So if your anchor line is longer than mine, and you happen to be on my port,
I'm coming across.
You're still pulling when I'm trying to.
Yep.
I'm already canted, and I'm trying to get away.
Yep.
So what happens is, so we're going to look for some of that happening today. So expect. Now, there are no fouls on the start line. So you have to keep clear. The overriding rule in sailing is keep clear, and racing, keep clear. So you have to keep clear because there are no penalties coming off the start line.
So even if you have a collision on the start line, you won't be deducted?
No, sir. Yeah. Not on the start line.
All right, I think I see the main committee boat has arrived. She's got her flag up. And I believe we're going to get ready for that first one and gun.
We probably won't hear it because we're a bit far away from the start, but we should see it. And we have that. Can we put that line up, the start line up, so that we can see? We're waiting for the drone to get up, folks. As soon as the drone is up, we'll bring you that start line. You don't have to look at Dwight and I sitting here with
yeah, get to see
binoculars.
some of that beautiful exuma blue water.
Yeah,
along with all of the boats. It's going to be a beautiful sight, Reg.
Just might add, we have 2 A-class boats, and I'm surprised that the committee hasn't asked them to move because the way the wind is today, they're actually in the course.
Part of the race course, yeah.
And they shouldn't be there. They're all getting ready for a race that's going to take place at 5 o'clock today. Yeah. But that is where they normally anchor. They've been doing that for a number of years, and so I assume they allowed to stay there. But they are definitely in the course.
All right, so we still have San Sally trying to get to the line. And that is probably why the race at this point is still delayed. They're giving Sansali an opportunity to get there.
Sansali is a perennial.
Last place finisher?
You don't hear her. Well, I didn't say that. I said she's a perennial.
Oh, I thought you wanted to finish that statement.
but she supports every regatta.
Yes.
They come, they race, they enjoy themselves.
Yeah, Richard Ross is a good guy.
Rich is a good guy.
Oh yeah, Richard loves sailing, and he sails for the love of sailing.
Yes, he does.
Right?
He does.
And Richard Sansali is so famous that she actually made it onto the Coca-Cola soda company has introduced a soda can, a Gumbe soda, in recognition of the regatta sailing being national sport. So they've put some sloops on the cans, and Sansali is the C-class sloop represented on the soda can. I think
that's a good pick.
I think Richard may have had some influence in that because he does work for Coca-Cola.
So we're going to be looking at the race line right now. We're not going to run down who is who because it's kind of difficult, as we said, to pick them out. They're in between, but we're going to try to tell you who's on the windward side of the line. Dwight, we might want to take a look at that and see if we can find out which boat is closest to us here, because that would be the boat.
Yeah, Reg, without the sails going up to give you the sales number, it's going to be hard.
It's very hard to tell.
Yeah.
But I see a yellow boat there, and that might be Bull Rich. The yellow boat is from Baratari. She seems to be very close to.
You've actually also have Hog Tusk out of Baratari, who's also yellow. And Golden Girl has changed colors.
It's changed colors, yeah.
So
the two yellow boats, I think this time would be Bull Rich, not Reg, Bull Rich, and Hog Tusk. Those are going to be the two boats that are coming out. Folks, if you look at it, the majority of the fleet here is from Exuma. Exuma does have the largest sailing fleet of any of the islands, primarily because we have 2 regattas here as well. We have this one, and we also have, actually we have more. We have the Rollville Regatta, we have the Baratari Regatta, and then we have the Farmers Hill Regatta. So we have 3 other regattas. And Dwight, are you still chairman of the Rollville Regatta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're going to have our 80th regatta coming up in a couple of months. And so we invite all of you who are regatta enthusiasts and you're looking for somewhere to be this upcoming August Monday holiday to make your way to Rollville and enjoy some of the festivities.
Good food.
Good sailing, good food, good camaraderie, good entertainment, just all around good fun. And Reg, again,
I think you just this is Sansali here, just coming now, and being sailed by Mark Knowles. At least that's what the paper tells us. And Mark Knowles, of course, is a prolific builder of most of the boats, a lot of the boats, I should say, in this regatta. We're getting new builders though coming up every year. The new builders. Let's talk about the new A-class that we're going to be seeing later on today. Captain Gene.
Yes.
out of a place called Bucktown,
Exuma. Yes.
which is really Stuart Manor, but it's a special section.
Yes.
Bucktown has a family, the Smith family.
Yep.
Yeah, they are related. I am related to them. They are becoming a center for boat building, because not only there's Pat Smith, who built Captain Gene, but his older brother Headley has 2 boats now. Golden Girl and Confusion.
Yes.
Both competitive boats.
Yes.
So that's here in mainland that we're beginning to see that area develop. Just in that family, by the way, but also in Barratari, we have Huey Lloyd, who's been building the yellow boats for years. So there's quite a history. And then they have Steve Smith in the Keys. There's quite a number of builders, old and new, coming up.
Yes, for sure.
So the sail you see going up here right now is on an A-class. They're just bending on. When we say we're putting sails on, we bend the sail on. Don't ask me why we use that expression, but it goes back, I think, a long way. You bend on the sails, and so they're getting the jib on Courageous now, and then the main will go on.
Yeah. Well, we just had a view of the start line. Again, we're just waiting. I believe the last boat, since Sally, is making her way to the line. And,
yes, that would be her 22, I think.
And I'm going to hope, for Richard's sake, that he does not come in last, because I'm going to suggest to him that maybe he should not have come to the line at all, because if he's going to come to the line last and finish last, it's not saying...
Be kind to my friend Richard. Well, last night we had a super captain's meeting last night, right? And I didn't stay for the entire meeting. But I am going to go on record as saying it's one of the more organized captain's meetings, because those things can be raucous.
Yes.
This was very, very well planned, very well organized, and very well managed. Yeah. A lot of things were introduced, new things were introduced. We're introducing this year for the first time a full slate of sailing rules. We've actually gone to the racing rules of sailing. We used to have what we call the Bahamian set of rules just for sloop racing. But now, although we race international rules, now it is mandatory that you know. So we're talking about zones, and we're talking about terminologies that are new to a lot of the sailors. But we are definitely, I mean, it's on the app. If you go on the app, you will see that sailing rules are part of the app. So you, as someone viewing the racing, get an opportunity now to get the rules, and you can make your calls, which is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. So I believe I see the committee boats now getting into position to start this race. I believe, Reg, that we are going to get that.
The class flag is up. We're waiting for the race flag to go up. They're just anchored up. I don't think they're anchoring. They're just backing in there.
Yeah, it looks like they're moving the mark so that it shows the actual side of the fleet.
Last night, they explained what they were going to do, that they wanted to be able to look down the line and see all of the boats.
Okay.
So if you were in front of the line, you're going to have to drop back. And I think that's what's going on right now. They're just adjusting, and rather than hold up the line for some boat to have to move, they're going to adjust the buoy so that they get everybody in.
All right, so it looks like we have a red boat, Reg, that's going to be in the number 1 position on the starboard side of the line, and I can't really tell the number. I see it on the side, number 11 possibly.
Well, I'm looking at the mark now, the orange mark. There's a gray boat, which might be Slaughter, that's really on the inside. The yellow boat and the red boat are behind her. So, yeah, I think that might be Slaughter. We can't tell.
And unfortunately, it looks like we still have one boat missing, trying to get to the line.
Is that Termite?
Not Termite, a bunch of guys in orange.
No, that's another
Sweet
boat.
Island Gal, possibly.
Could be. Folks, we're having a little problem telling you which boat is which right now because the sails are down, and unless we know the boat or we can see the name, which is down near the waterline, difficult to see, we have to wait for the sails to go up, and then we can definitely tell you which boat is which boat.
Yeah, based on the numbers, yeah.
Depending on angles. So we're talking about maybe asking for a number to be put in the leech. Rather than up in the neck of the sail.
Or just larger numbers.
Larger numbers, so that we can see them a little bit farther away. Because the racing here does go, this race course, and I forgot to ask how far this course is, but it looks to me to be at least about 2.5 miles, if not more. These boats will sail at about 6 knots today. I expect some of them will get up to 8 knots on the wind, and about the same thing down. So we're about to have a start of C-Class.
Yeah.
And this boat is going in.
Sweet Island Gal, still trying to get to the line.
Gonna have to go to the back of the line. Yeah. So if you get to the line after a certain period, I think it was 15 minutes or so, you have to go behind the line and anchor up behind the line light. And that was agreed last night. Everybody knows it, so I expect she will sail around the end of the line, go in the back, drop anchor, and go.
Yeah.
And you have up to 15 minutes after the race has started to do that.
Okay.
After 15 minutes.
Disqualified.
Yeah. You get a DNS, sorry. DNS for did not start. Yes. DNF for did not finish. Folks, we're in beautiful Elizabeth Harbor for the 68th Annual National Family Island Regatta from Georgetown, Exuma. If you have not been here, let me suggest to you, you need to come see one of these races. There is nothing in the world like it. Right, we have another boat yet going to the line, another C-Class. So I don't think they're going to wait for this one. We should see a gun fairly soon. But yeah, if you haven't been here, folks, easy to get here from Nassau. It's a half-hour flight from Miami, about 45 minutes. New York, 2.5, 3 hours. Canada, Toronto, about 3 hours.
Yep.
So you can get here, and we are going to have a party for the next 4 days. Here we go. We have the start, and we are away. Look at the sails go up. This is C-Class. These are the 17-foot length boats. The mast's about 40 feet, boom about, 40 feet.
And we're really
boom's about 25 to 30 feet.
Some issues, one boat having to set a sail down again.
Yeah, we got a pile up there as we expected.
A little pile up.
We got a pile up.
They're going to figure it out and separate themselves as they get going.
Okay, and
seems like we've got a couple of boats off clean reg. Number 72, that's Jeff Gale.
Yeah.
Out of Abaco, it ain't right.
That ain't right.
Is out.
Okay, we got a drone up, and we'll be bringing you now pictures of that start. You can see on your screen. Don't forget, the right side of your screen is east and south and east, and the left side is north, west. And so what you're seeing here is they're headed off to the windward mark, which is directly in front of us over towards Stocking Island, somewhere just in front of maybe Gaviota Bay, which is one of the harbors over there, or Chat and Chill, for those of you who know the island. That's where, and we're sitting at Government Dock, and the marker is at Gaviota Bay, Chat and Chill. So, Patent Pride, Bull Reg is 17.
All right, so I can see we've got number 10, Sassy Sue is out clean. 72, it ain't right. Jeff Gale. Abaco is out clean. 44, Willie K, out clean.
And we have a number of boats without numbers on the sail, so we have
trying to see if I can pick up some of the top boats, Reg. Looking for Bull Reg at this point. Haven't spotted hers yet.
Okay, 43 is Termite, I believe, and that will be Exuma Sailing Club's boat. So
Yep,
Termite
she's
is in the mix. She's out there. Sassy Sue is out. 44 is Witty K. Witty K is out, and that's a fast boat, and you have to watch her. And she's pretty clear. Number 10.
Sassy Sue is really sailing.
Looking quite well. That's Sassy Sue.
Yeah.
And she's in key position right now.
And this first boat, Reg, I believe it may be Slaughter, but I'm not exactly sure because she doesn't have a sail number. Can't tell at the moment.
Right now, Dwight, I would say that Sassy Sue is the lead boat.
I wouldn't go that far out on the limb as yet, Reg, because I may topple off.
No.
But she's definitely in a good position.
She's the lead boat. 44, Witty K, is on her weather, however, and behind her, but to weather. And then coming right behind her, we can't see that number quite yet. We'll get it in a while. But that's the two boats that you're going to be looking at right now and contending. And one of the yellow boats is right up there next to Sassy, who's sailing very, very well. I do believe that's either Hog Tusk or Bo Rich chasing Sassy Sue just to leeward of her. It's going to be a race to this windward marker, folks. It's going to be a foot race.
Reg, I believe the first boat out is the new boat out of Staniel Key, which is going to be in Rollville, Spray Hound.
Yeah, but she's way to lee of the of these boats, and there's somebody all the way out, Dwight, all the way out there. Who is that? That is Witty K, and she is motoring. Witty K is the lead boat right now, folks. Witty K is going to be your lead boat. She should be first to the mark, unless Stefan does something like he usually does. But yeah, so we got Witty K, Sassy Sue.
Reg, looks like Captain Lauren.
Where's Captain Lauren?
First place, I believe. I'm going to give Captain Lauren first place.
You are?
Yep. I'm going to give Captain Lauren first place, and I believe David Knowles may be sailing Captain Lauren. And
David is sailing, David is sailing, let's see who David is sailing. I thought he was sailing, because there's a very fast boat here that we haven't seen in a little while.
Oh, Don Knowles.
Don Knowles.
Sailing Captain
Yeah,
Lauren.
but I'm looking for Xena. I saw
Yes,
Xena
David
here.
is sailing Xena.
So we got to look for Xena, and that's another boat that we have to look. Unfortunately, we have some big mail boats anchored up in front here and docked here. So we are not going to see that. We're going to have to wait for the drone to pick up for us. And then we'll be able to tell you once they round that first marker, we'll know who the lead boat is.
On your screen right now, coming up in front of us, we're going to get the name as we get our drone to just stick his nose right in there.
Give us that number.
Once it clears up, not yet.
Okay.
And we've got
Reno
Curlin operating the drone. Number 107, Reg, on the sail number.
107 on the sail number, coming right up. Let's see who that gonna be here. Are you sure it's 107, Dwight? We got 007, 777. I don't see a 107. I don't think we have a 107, so there's something else on that 7 there.
All right, drone operators working it. We're gonna get it.
Looking for the lead boat, looking for the windward mark. And as soon as we get that windward mark in sight, we're going to know. You can see 107. There is a 107 on that sail. It's a red boat.
Yeah,
I just could be. Is that Patton Pride, maybe? No, she's 23. Sometimes they use different sails.
Yes.
So that's confusing. That could be Patton Pride because I'm looking also for Slaughter. Slaughter was off the line fast as well.
All right, well, I think, we're just going to sit tight, wait for those boats to get to that first upwind marker, Reg.
Yep.
Because that will definitely give us a better understanding of where this race is at the moment. You were still prepared to say Sassy Sue was out front.
Sassy Sue and Witty K, I'm looking for those two guys.
Got 23, Reg. We've got 040.
23 would be, I saw that just a minute ago. 23. See, there are different sails here. 23 is Patent Pride.
Right. So you
Was that the red boat that we were looking at?
No. 040, is that confusion?
040 sounds like confusion. 040 is confusion. Javante Roll,
Yep.
another of the graduates of the Exuma Sailing Club.
Yep.
Is that Hog Tusk?
Hog Tusk
or
with a DNS.
Rich?
Hog Tusk with a DNS.
Okay, so the boat we saw going out behind Sassy Sue would have been Bull Rich. Okay.
All right, so on your screen right now, Patent Pride out of Black Point, Confusion out of Bucktown, sailing up there, doing well.
We have got a building breeze here, folks. We had 19 miles an hour, about 70 knots earlier in the E-class.
Yep.
And it's building right now, we can tell, because we're a little bit off the ground. We're about 16, 20 feet off the ground here. So we've got a interesting. Dwight, I'm just looking between here. Did you see what just happened there? A big knock of whatever boat that is. So there's a little shifty wind coming off of Chat and Chill there.
Yep.
So getting to that mark is not going to be easy. And that boat going across now that we can see up there looks like Patent Pride. Patent Pride leading that crew. And somewhere in there, I'm sure, is Witty K. I think also Witty K might be the boat on top of Patent Pride. It's hard to see the numbers from here, but they're on port tack right now. We'll make a tack on to starboard, which will take them right to the windward mark. So we should be seeing a rounding at any moment here. Can you hear that wind?
Yeah, it's blowing. We've got a pretty stiff breeze out there.
And the temperature's dropped.
And we're just going to wait for our drone to possibly see if we can get the mark in view. And it looks like we've got a tack happening right in front of us, Reg.
And who is that?
Not sure yet, but they're trying to position themselves to cut. Patent
We've
Pride
got a very
coming across.
interesting crossing coming here.
Yep. So we've got one getting cut.
Right between the two of them. And is that Patent Pride and Witty K?
And it looks like these may be the boats on the...
These are the boats. These are the boats headed to the mark.
And I believe this
They're
is
on
Captain
starboard
Lauren.
tack right now.
I believe we have Captain Lauren still holding on to first place.
That red boat tacked because so they must be fairly close to the mark here. We can pull out there a little bit, our drone, and we can pick up that windward mark.
33, Sprayhound.
Sprayhound, no. 33 would be Legal Weapon. Devanto Curtis out of Exuma. As we said, some of these sails will change,
yes.
so we could be wrong.
I'm looking at position number.
Okay. All right. Still looking at your screen, folks, and trying to see exactly
Legal Weapon number 33.
who's gonna round that mark first.
Yeah. So a drone is gonna come in, get a battery change, swap out, and get back out there, Edge. And so we're just gonna have to
look between here. This right between those yachts. The mark is just there, and we cannot see because of the sail angles. But they're right at the mark right now. 3 boats going around, and cannot tell you who they are. Did we have a collision there? No, just went past, took the wind out of the sail. So we're bunching up at the windward mark.
And Reg, I'm happy to see that there is no runaway boat.
Not yet.
It looks like we've got a pretty tight race to this point.
Not yet. Yeah, they're coming around right now, and the line is we're gonna see it come out behind these big boats here in a minute. But you want to take a guess at who's going to be in the lead?
Based on what my initial assessment was,
I'm baiting you, Dwight. I'm baiting you.
It looked like Captain Lauren had a decent lead.
A decent lead.
Yeah. And so I am going to leave it like that for now, and see. It looks like we have quite a few of the boats already around the mark, and they're coming back down.
Yeah.
So they're going to be coming back towards the gate.
Oh, they're down there. They're down. They'll be coming. We'll have them in view here in front of us in about, a minute and a half. Yep. We got good breeze. This is good,
Yeah,
steady
it's good,
breeze.
steady
Good
breeze.
racing weather here.
Absolutely.
No, I wouldn't say we got a fast surface. Not that smooth though. We got about 2.5 feet out there. So yeah, and Dwight, there's a boat way down near the Navy base. It seems it's broken down. Still trying to get going.
Yeah, they never got to the start line, and so I think for them it's just trying to get us set for tomorrow's race.
So we're going to train our binoculars on this point right here, as our drone had to come in, and we're waiting for the drone to get back up. But we're going to go ahead and I'm looking for 44.
Well,
10.
Captain Lauren is not carrying a sail number.
10. And what's the other one I was looking for? And 23. So 44, 10, 23. I'm looking for to see who.
All right, so right here are your lead boats.
We have a reach mark here, so that's a little change. So the boat up front does not have a number on the sail, or we can't see it.
Captain Lauren.
So
no
it would
number.
be Captain Lauren. And the second boat looks to be, don't tell me, maybe 3 Long Island boats up there. Is that possible?
No, I'm thinking the third place boat may be Confusion. I'm still trying to.
Okay, let's wait for the numbers.
Get my eye on the number.
And they're going to come across. They're going to divide a reach mark to this race. So they're going to go off on a starboard reach over towards Monument, and I guess they're going to jibe over there, and then come on down to the leeward mark, which is over here on the mainland. That's about almost 1.5 miles across the harbor.
That third place boat is Jeff Gale, number
Willie K, the black
18
boat.
out of Abaco.
The black boat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she is the defending National Family Island Regatta champion from last year.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. It ain't right.
No, I do.
Something ain't right, eh?
Something's wrong there for sure.
Well, she is coming strong. I mean, she is really.
Okay, they're around the mark there and on the way down to the leeward mark. And we're going to get a good look at who's who right now. The lead boat is really not that far in front.
No, it's close.
It's tight. It's tight. And it's tight. And it's very tight between second and third. And then a little gap back to fourth.
And fifth.
And fifth. Sixth. And this is a 2-lap race, folks. So it'll come down and do exactly what the E-Class did. So the fleet bunches up after 4th place.
Yes.
And they're way across on the opposite side of the harbor now. They're way across from us. So
let me tell you, that boat out of Abaco, it ain't right, is sailing.
Moving.
She is motoring and now overtaking whichever boat was in second.
place.
She's now been passed by It Ain't Right, and It Ain't Right has got Captain Lauren in his gun sights and shooting for him.
Yeah, she's opened up a little gap there. So Drone is back up, and as soon as he gets in position, we'll go ahead and take that. We can see it from a distance here, and get in a little closer there for us, Reno. We want to get those sail numbers. This is not over by any imagination.
No, they've got a hold.
Usually somebody runs away with this, but this is not over. This is going to be a dogfight. As I said, folks, this is the C-Class.
So, Reg, it looks like the gate is all the way up top.
Well, let's see. It's interesting. Look at the size of the gate. that tells you how many boats we've got. That's a pretty long reach mark there, huh?
All right, so
there we
Captain
go.
Lauren has gone around.
They're tacking around the reach mark.
Willie K in second place, number
there
44.
You go. That's one of them. Look for 10, somewhere in there. Is that 10 right behind Witty K?
72.
72.
Gale. Jeff
That's
Gale,
would
it
be
ain't
Jeff
right.
Gale, it ain't right.
In third place.
Dwight thinks it's his favorite boat. We're going to wait. I'm waiting to get a sale number if it does have a sale number. 72 is It Ain't Right. 10 is Sassy Sue.
Sassy Sue.
44 is Witty K. Sassy Sue in third?
Sassy Sue may be in first.
Well, that's what I was thinking all along, but I'm not going to say anything yet.
Sassy Sue, number 10, currently in first place.
And right behind her should be either Jeff or Witty K.
Witty.
I believe so. Now, you know what? Are they going to the lower mark, or are they going back? You know what I believe they're doing? They're going back to the windward mark. So they're not coming to the gate here. They're going back to the windward mark. That's what it seems like. Do you see that, Dwight?
Yes.
They're going back to the windward mark. Yeah. So they've changed the course quite a bit here. Obviously because of the wind. Yep.
Got some action happening.
Here's a parade coming around, huh?
Some action coming, Reg, and I believe if we're not careful, we're gonna see some hookups right about now.
Well, they have to go through. They have to go through here, and who has the? It's still the boat that has the starboard tack.
Looks like they're all sailing pretty
away.
clean. Okay,
Yep.
everybody's sailing
They're
pretty
getting
clean.
in between there.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why they looked like they were going back. They had to tread their way through. So now let's see where they're headed. I'm thinking that they head down here to a leeward mark, but I don't see a gate. I just see one of them. One of the.
Yeah, there's just a mark.
Just a mark. And I thinking was they were using the gate for this race, but perhaps they're not. In the lead, we think it's Sassy Sue. We're looking at Sassy Sue right now. First one around.
But Sassy Sue is being challenged very closely by number 44, Witty K. And also number 72, Jeff Gale. It ain't right.
So, folks, it's pretty much as we thought. Those are the three boats we were looking for, and they certainly showed up at the windward mark. So we've got number 10, Sassy Sue. We've got It Ain't Right, 72. And we have 44, Witty K. The three boats that have pretty little bit separated themselves, I would say, Dwight, a little bit.
Yeah.
From the fourth place boat.
Not to see Bull Reg in the mix. Buzzy have not picked up her sail at all.
I did not see her coming off out of the line, so I don't know what position she could be in. But Patent Pride was pretty close, and so was Slaughter, and I don't see either of them. Let's see what the fourth boat is, Dwight.
I think the fourth boat is Captain Lauren. She doesn't have a sail number, but neither does the fifth boat either, so I can't tell.
And the red boat back there should be Patent Pride. I'm not sure about that.
Sassy Sue doing all she can to keep Witty K and Jeff Gale, and It Ain't Right, from overtaking her. Getting some of her wind knocked out, making her way down. So she's right now at a slight disadvantage because she's got two boats on her stern. But still, Stefan Knowles in Sassy Sue managing to hold on to his first place position.
Okay, so they are headed for this leeward mark, which seems to be just a single mark. I'm going to see whether the committee boat is there, whether they are going to set a gate.
Yeah, so here's your first, second, third, Reg.
Yep.
All the way on your screen. That drone's just falling. That beautiful sight, Reg. Just look at that. The fleet, the whole fleet now making their way down to this mark. And again, Witty K, Sassy Sue, It Ain't Right, in a dogfight for first, second, and third.
So the beach that you see in front of you, folks, would be what we call Bull Bay. That's Out Island Inn on the point down there. That's just before the naval base, and so that's about 10-minute ride from where we are, Dwight.
Yep.
So that's a beach.
So there's your first, second, third, Reg. First, second, third.
Yep. Left to right.
Left to right.
First, second,
Sassy
third.
Sue, Witty K, it ain't right. First, second, third. Wow, what a beautiful sight.
So I would have loved to seen the gate used here, and it might be because it looks like they're setting one now, are they? Or is that just a boat I'm seeing? The stern of a boat. That's just the stern of a boat.
Well, I see a committee boat headed there now.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be interesting with both Witty K and Sassy Sue coming to the mark at the same time.
Because
if there is a gate,
I would really like to see
them split.
I'd like to see. Well, I'd like to see who goes where.
Yeah.
You know, because it's definitely one gate is definitely an advantage today, and I think it's would be the starboard gate. The starboard.
Wow, look
mark.
at that, Reg.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely gorgeous.
Could not ask for it to be any closer than that.
No, sir. No, sir.
And isn't it always amazing that the top boats always end up separating themselves from the rest?
Well, you know, there's two things we do here. There's sailing, and then there's racing.
Yes.
A lot of people can sail.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is a different ballgame.
Yeah,
You know, you call for some different skills here and some different knowledge.
All right, so they're coming to the mark. Let's see who's going where.
Sassy Sue's coming around. Everybody's going to have to come around on a port. That's going to be a port rounding, it looks like.
And this is where you can make or break your race.
Yep,
if
right
you make
here.
a mistake.
So watch what happens. You can pass right here. So watch what happens here. You've got to give the inside boat buoy room. I would think that Stefan would have.
He's gone around.
He would come around.
Yeah,
now he would luff right up.
He's clean.
He would luff right up, so you won't see that marker because he'll cover that. He'll go up on top of that.
Witty K clean around.
Okay. Witty K's trying to get on top of him. Maybe she did. Not sure.
It ain't right.
The acceleration away from that line is amazing,
yes,
isn't it, Dwight?
Yes. Yes. Full throttle. Everything you've got. And Witty K is definitely trying to climb to the top of Sassy Sue.
Oh, she probably strikes a better wind than Sassy Sue. And if somebody hear me say that, I'll probably have a problem with me. So second round of mark is Witty K, and third we should have been Jeff Gale, but I don't.
Yeah,
is
she's
it
right.
Jeff Gale?
Yeah, she's been gone. She's been gone.
I'm looking for her.
Yeah.
She's a black hull.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff Gale is here, Reg. Just.
I'm looking. I know. I see her here, but I'm looking out here to see where she is. Sassy Sue. Okay. He couldn't live there.
All right, Witty K has decided to tack away.
Stefan forced him away.
Reg still trying to find out. Fourth place around was?
There's a number way up in the neck of way up on the headboard, almost on the headboard.
I believe it may have been Captain Lauren. Still haven't seen it yet.
So Stefan tacked over. Sassy Sue covered. Sassy Sue covered Witty K, and I'm trying to find Jeff.
Still sailing towards us.
Okay, so he's still on port tack. Yeah. He's going to go for the port, so he's going to stay on port. That's interesting. He's split the course, which is what Jeff Gale decided to stay on port tack, while Stefan tacked to cover Witty K on starboard. So now we want to see whether Jeff made the better call. Where's the wind shifts? Is it on the right side of the course, left side of the course? What's the gaining tack here? And we're going to see right now how long Jeff lays on this port tack. If he stays on this tack long enough and allows Witty K and Sassy Sue to get far enough upwind of him, when he tacks, they'll cut him immediately.
Yeah.
So he's got to watch that. But he's got his bow down, and he is really flying.
Yeah, that boat is powering.
He's really flying.
He's powering.
And strangely enough,
Witty K has come back.
It seems that
Witty K has come back.
Witty K has come back.
Yeah.
But here comes Sassy Sue.
Sue's coming back also.
So Sassy Sue would have crossed to Witty K, kept going, got clear air, and now she's back on port. So everybody's on port. Jeff needs to go back and make contact. He's got to go back now and make contact. If he doesn't, he's gonna have a hard road to row. To hope. I want to just make a comment here, Dwight, that we have in the booth with us today one of our young sailors, Christina Manos, the sister of One Bahamas, Tanaj Manos, and she's not sailing today; she's directing. So she's our director here today, young Christina. So welcome.
And she's also, I think, making all of the adjustments and postings to the NFIR app, putting in all of the results, checking out all the comments, and keeping it fresh and up to date. So thank you very much to Christina. Doing an excellent job.
So as I said, Jeff tacked and he's gone across. And let's see, and he may just be across both Whitty K and Sassy Sue.
Too close to call at the moment.
Too close to call. Too close to call. Let's keep an eye on that, guys.
Yeah.
This is going to be exciting right here. Oh, Jeff just got a beautiful lift. Just got a beautiful lift. So they come together.
Is it enough?
It's Sassy Sue, Whitty K on port tack. Jeff Gale, it ain't right, has the right of way. He drops his bow and goes for speed. What happens here, folks? What happens here?
I think Sassy Sue's going to cut him.
Well, Sassy Sue looks like she's across.
It's close.
Is he going to attack? Is he going to lead bow? Is he going to lead bow or is he going to keep going?
No, Sassy Sue's cut him.
Sassy Sue's crossed.
So is
Whitty K has crossed him. Did he tack? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
He's right with him. Back in the game. Good sailing on Jeff's part. So he's got to get up to speed, but he's closed the gap. So we still have the 3 boats leading the C-class fleet. This is the first series race.
But I can tell you, Whitty K is starting to stretch her legs right now.
Well, she's underneath, and if she can get far enough in front, she can force Sassy Sue to tack away.
Yeah.
But I think Stefan's smart.
Yeah,
He's got enough space in there that I don't think Whitty K is going to affect him. So he'll just go tack for tack here. Lead boats are heading to the windward mark. They're coming up on Monument right now.
Those three, the 3 right in the middle, number 44, number 10, and number 72.
Yes, this will be the second lap. Yes. Okay, we got a little while yet. We got a little bit of fight, and Whitty K tack.
Deciding to tack
Whitty
back.
K tack. Sassy Sue crosses her and pays her no attention.
Yep.
Jeff Gale continues going. It ain't right on the lee of both of them. Let's see how far Sassy Sue goes. I don't think she'll go very far before she covers Whitty K. Now, Jeff needs to go back over there, too. He needs to get in and stay in that pack. It ain't right, needs to go back. Sassy Sue now covers Jeff. He's very, very well aware that it ain't right is under his lee. Whitty K goes off on starboard, and she's opening that gap. Sassy Sue cannot allow her to get too far over there. Here he goes.
There he goes with the cover.
Here he goes. That is beautiful sailing, folks. Sassy Sue covers Whitty K. Now, it ain't right keeps going. It ain't right keeps going on port. Jeff is going to do the same thing again. Let's see if he tacks a little bit early and try to get closer to that group.
I think Jeff believes that the current tack he's on is to his advantage. He's gaining more speed, just going straight.
Well, but the other guys are getting upwind of him, and you know upwind is the same distance that you had, so he won't stay there too long. Great racing, folks. The rest of the fleet is stretched out all the way back to the leeward mark. Some boats still on downwind. No, I think everybody's around now. We have one boat to sail down, Dwight. Who is that? somebody's. Did they drop a sail, or they're just coming across and we could only see the mast? No. They're on the downwind leg.
Yeah, just can't see the mast.
Whitty K still on starboard.
Finally got my eyes on Bull Reg.
Okay.
She's just
right
going
here
behind the freight boats right now.
Okay, yeah, she's in the middle of the pack. Middle of the pack. Whitty K has not tacked, so this is, everybody's going to go to way line here.
And Sassy Sue.
Okay, both tack at the same time. Sassy Sue and Whitty K. And now you see the distance that Sassy Sue has on Whitty K. Whitty K is to windward, and the reason that Stefan would tack now.
They're on the same line.
Yeah, well, they're not. Whitty K is on his windward, but he tacked now because he wants starboard going to the mark.
Okay.
So the next tack I think you'll see them make is
to the mark.
To the mark. And the first person that's going to attack is going to have to be Stefan, because Whitty K might be on the lay line.
Yeah, well, there you go. Looking right in front of you, Reg, on your screens right now, I think gives you the best seat in the house.
Yep.
Shows you
Sassy
exactly.
Sue, you're looking at Sassy Sue, and the boat behind her up
Whitty
to the
K.
top is Whitty K, and somewhere down here and to the right is
Jeff Gale, and
It Ain't Right.
Yeah.
So that's the race, and we can't see. If we pull out, we probably could see Jeff. Jeff is going to have to tack at some point and go back to them, dog.
Yes.
Now we can't see him; he's up behind here, but we know that he's really reaching because he needs to close that gap. He almost did last time.
He did, yeah.
Pretty close. Okay. So who else do we have? We've lost Patton Pride altogether. We haven't seen her. She was up there. Can't identify Slaughter. Which number? Where's H2O?
H2O
is 47.
When I checked last, she was in 4th or 5th place, fighting it out with Captain Lauren. At some point, we will get.
Dwight, we have a couple of other boats here that we need to talk about. Their former champions, Sacrifice, with Colin Cartwright, out of Long Island. We haven't seen her.
She crossed in front of us. I think she's carrying C1 on the sail earlier. I did see her sail number go by.
And then James Wallace, Goodnight Irene, is here.
Goodnight Irene, owned by my cousin Lewis Hart.
Okay. And you know, we don't talk about him enough, but Dell is here. Dell Gibson with Barbarian 2. There's another perennial that you don't see him in the winner's circle very often, but they always support, and they're always a good-looking boat.
You don't see him in the winner's circle very often, or
very often,
or not at all.
Very often. Don't see him very often. I'm going to leave it at that. How's that?
No, it's always good to have these guys participating. And again, for the love of sailing, keeping the sport alive.
Yeah.
These are the guys that come out and support every regatta, and you cannot take that away from them. We were talking about San Sally earlier. I think I see her bobbing along in the middle of the harbor right now. Not last, but right normally where she's at the back. Those guys are drinking some Coca-Colas as they just bob along. In the sea, Gumbe Punch, whatever. Probably something else mixed with something, but who knows? Who cares? It's all in the name of good fun. And,
maybe it makes them go a little faster.
Yeah. And,
so we're looking for 171-2. That's a new boat, Balrich, owned by, that's out of Baratari. That's being sailed by Brandon McPhee, one of our young sailors. Also looking for Xena. 90. Haven't seen Zeno. So let's see if we can find Zeno.
Yeah,
because David should be up there.
Yep, for sure.
We have keep your eye on him, which is out
of Rollville,
which is a pretty fast boat. Okay, and there's a boat here called Griner Boy. As Kasim Lloyd out of that's a Huey Lloyd build. And last year she was a new boat last year. She showed up this year completely. They redid her, so we're looking to see where she is. In
all right, so our drone's up. Red's just in time.
Okay.
To catch the mark, Sassy
Sue.
And she's got about 1, 2, 3.
Keep going.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, approximately 10. We have a
Keep counting.
Frozen image.
Keep counting because you're not around yet.
Well, my image froze at the 10-second mark. And so I believe Sassy Sue's got about 10 seconds.
And it looks like Widdy K will be the
Widdy
second
K.
boat around.
Yes.
Just don't know where Jeff Gale, it ain't right. I would think that she maintained third. So when they come around now, they will be coming, I guess, to the downward mark and then back to finish. So those should be the 3 lead boats. We didn't pick up fourth and fifth and sixth. I think one because there was not a number on one of those sails.
Yes.
Or was that you said that was Lauren?
I believe when I last was able to see Captain Lauren.
Don Knowles Jr.
And also H2O was in the mix.
Yeah. Look, H2O normally is in the mix. But Confusion, haven't seen her. Golden Girl, haven't seen her.
We saw
Queen, haven't seen her.
We saw them on the earlier first lap.
Yeah.
Not seen them since, but you know, in this regatta with such a large fleet, if you're able to place in the top 10 in every race, Reg, you should be good to make it to the podium. Again, today's race is the Commodore Emeritus Cup race, so not a points race at this point. It may end up being a points race if we're unable to sail on Saturday.
Yeah.
Where the winds are expected to be possibly out of the range of the ability to sail. And so everybody has to sail today's race as if it were, in fact, a points race. Sassy Sue definitely starting to stretch out a little bit, as you can see. Reg, from our vantage point, looking out right across the Stocking Island. Sassy Sue, Stefan knows, putting tremendous distance between herself.
He's got to pedal to the metal.
He's got to pedal to the metal. And I believe...
So let's look for Jeff.
Widdy K currently in second place. Third place, not yet in our
little
view.
longer gap.
And there's your third
Here
place.
he comes.
Yep, the black hull, I think.
And that should be Jeff.
And that should be Jeff Gale. And so almost the same distance between first and second and third. Now, Jeff did extremely well on the downwind leg. On the bad leg the last time.
She's a fast boat downwind, yeah.
Made up some distance. So
but she's got some distance to make up this time. I mean, she's fallen back a bit. And I just think he stayed on that port tack too long.
Well, you know.
Because it puts you at a disadvantage. If the guy's going away from you and he's getting upwind of you and you say going away from him, and you let him tack before you, then he can close whatever distance you gain you at, he takes it back. You know? Yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful, folks. I'm so sorry you're not here. This is, I grew up in this island. I was born here, grew up here, been back home for 20 years. Dwight, I still can't believe the beauty of this place.
Yeah. No, it always amazes you, particularly when you leave and go somewhere else, when you return.
And you come back,
And it doesn't matter how long you go. You go for a day, you come back. You go for a week, you come back. You go for a month, a year, you come back. Just to see it again spread out in front of you. Exuma is undoubtedly one of the top all-around beautiful spots on this planet. We are very fortunate, Reg, to call Exuma home.
Oh, yeah.
And to be able to share it. And this week, obviously, to bring it to those who may not have been here before, or those who have been here and left, those who visited, fans, sailing fans all around the country, around the world, to be able to have this sailing regatta broadcast live and to have a local team, Reg, for the first time presenting it.
Yeah.
The production behind it. And, you know, I'm proud that I'm from Exuma and to have you as an Exumian as the co-host. And, Reg, we're starting to kind of make a little name for ourselves.
It looks that way.
In this business, eh? We make a good team, obviously. And I hope we're able to stay together for years to come, not just here in Exuma, but to regattas around the country. I totally enjoy it. I, was bitten by the regatta bug, or the sailing bug, I should say, about 17 years ago. Because prior to that, Reg, I could tell you, I thought sailing was the most boring thing in the world. And, I won't tell any tales about it. Sitting on shore and just looking out.
Well, if you don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
anything.
Like I was, people be saying, oh, he's going to cut this one, that
Yeah.
one tack. And I'm standing there looking
And you
at
thought he was going to take out a big knife and go at him, right?
like, what are they talking about, and how are they, how are they able to tell which boat is leading and all that? And then the first time I got out on a boat and saw it up close.
Yeah.
And Reg, if you can't get on a boat to see it up close, having this broadcast where you're able to get a drone
Hopefully
out there.
Hopefully we're bringing that
Yes.
to you.
Yeah, and now that we have this commentary going with it, to be able to explain to the folks watching, listening, a little bit more of the details, I think it's making it even more of an exciting sport for those who are unable to physically be here. And so I'm happy to be able to do that and to share my experiences with sailing.
Right, it's good to have you along. Our paths are a little bit different.
Yeah.
I grew up sailing. Of course, growing up here in the islands, if you didn't sail, you didn't eat certain foods.
Right.
So you had to fish. I learned to sail at a very young age. My father we owned a big 30-foot smack, and boy, he made sure everybody knew how to sail that, including the girls. So I grew up sailing. I sailed in the first regatta here in a 10-foot boat, which was C-class was then from 10 feet. And we didn't have an E-class or B-class, D-class then. So yeah, but it never gets old.
Yeah.
It never gets old. Okay.
Well, we have our first 3 boats around. Reg and Sassy
order?
Sue holding on to first place. Widdy K, second place. It Ain't Right, third place. Just as they started and went around the first lap, they're still in that same position. On your screens right now, Jeff Gale, It Ain't Right, number 72, sailing out of Abaco, the defending National Family Island Regatta champion.
In C-class.
In C-class, currently holding on to third place. And it looks like we're going to have the 4th and 5th place boat coming up in short order. And I believe it's going to be Captain Lauren along with H2O, but we will wait, and I think Patent Pride is also in that mix, and maybe even Confusion.
So the same boats we saw take off for the lead have held on to that lead.
Yes.
But remember on the last lap, downwind, It Ain't Right closed, and Widdy K closed on Sassy Sue quite a bit.
Yes.
And that could have been a simple thing like they got the puffs before because they're behind, and so they drove down on her.
Yep.
But you can see that Stefan opened up that gap now, and she's clearly the lead boat, and I don't think we'll close up on this leg as well.
And I believe we have H2O.
That would be Effort.
Has gone around in 4th place, trying to catch herself.
I spoke with Effort yesterday on the dock.
And
I asked him if he was ready, and he said he is.
5th place, it looks like Captain Lauren going around.
Okay.
6th place, Confusion going around.
There's a boat.
7th place, number 23. I believe that's Patent Pride.
That is Patent Pride.
Patent Pride.
And folks, you can see the rounding here on your screen now. These are not tight roundings. Now you will see a pass right here because that boat gave a lot of room to the inside boat that he didn't need to do.
Yeah, Confusion giving it to Patent Pride.
Yeah. So Patent Pride snuck up in there.
And number 90, Reg?
Number 90 is Xena.
We were talking about
That's the boat we were looking for.
Yep. Currently sailing in 7th place, I believe.
Okay, so now H2O has showed up. Xena has showed up. Widdy K, of course, has been there. Where's Slaughter? Let's look for number 8, because Slaughter should be in here as well. And we haven't seen Termite.
Haven't seen Termite, right?
Normally Termite's somewhere near the lead boats, but we haven't seen her today. The wind has increased. Maybe our director can give us an idea what the wind speeds out there are right now.
Number 40 going around now. I'm not sure who's
40 or 43? 40?
40. 40.
40 is right at the top of the page here, I think, is it?
Don't see her registered.
No.
I'm not sure. Number 28, Fugitive, going around. Or at least somebody sailing with the 28 sail, because I don't think Fugitive is in this race. I'm not sure who's using her sail.
What number was that? Okay.
Bull Reg, number 17, just going around.
So we're thinking we got about 11 knots out here, but that's in the lee. I think if you get out in the middle of the harbor here, we've still got about 50 knots. No, we're just coming downwind around this mark, and then we should come back here to the finish.
Yeah, to the finish line, yeah.
So, yeah, so we've got, this is the end of the second lap, and so we should be coming to a finish right here in the middle, just in front of us, or maybe behind us where the finish mark was last time.
And it looks like
Regatta Point.
Looks like Whitty K has just closed the gap slightly onto Sassy Sue. Not sure it's going to be enough, but it's definitely getting a little bit closer. You were talking about sacrifice, Reg.
Yeah.
Just going around the mark. See one?
Yep.
Along with number 43.
It's common. 43 is termite.
43 is termite. Finally going around.
We ask for them when they show up, right?
Sure. Looks like she's in about 15th place or so.
So now Raging Bull and Legal Weapon might be the next boats to show up. You see that? You see that?
Definitely looks like Whitty K is.
She closed. She closed up, and she moved away from
Jeff
Whitty,
Gale.
from Whitty K, from
It Ain't Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And look at his high boom. I love it when these guys stick that boom up in the air. You know, look at him.
Yeah.
You see him right?
Yeah, almost like a big sail.
Just get it.
A big kite.
Get it up there in the wind. There you go. There you go.
He's definitely motoring.
Stefan's doing the same thing, but he's already coming. Because the boat behind, folks, gets the wind first. So she can drive down on the other boat, and then they both run together. But when they get side by side, if one boat is faster, you will see that boat pull away. And you're going to see that here with Sassy Sue in a little bit.
Well, here they come, Reg.
Now, last time, don't forget, Whitty K was right up on Sassy Sue coming around the mark and actually got to windward.
Definitely closed the mark.
Yeah.
Closed the gap just a bit.
Yeah.
Downwind.
So we're around.
Yep.
Sassy Sue is coming around right now.
On in first
Followed
place.
closely by Whitty K. A little bit more distance than last time.
About 6 seconds.
Did Stefan push up? No, he sailed away. That was interesting.
Whitty K is going to try to get on.
Okay, here we go.
His weather.
Here we go. You can see the acceleration of Sassy Sue and Whitty K going up across.
All right, there you go.
See that on our screen? Do we have it on our screen?
Sassy Sue,
okay.
Whitty K. Whitty K powering,
Whitty K powering. Look at this.
Powering,
Look at this.
Reg,
She's got to bow
powering.
down. She's got to bow down, and
This
here
is
goes
going to be
Stefan.
a foot race. Yes, Sassy Sue in
Yeah.
first, Whitty K in second.
Okay.
Jeff Gale, it ain't right, just going around in third place.
Yeah. It's a good look on your screen right now. It's how these boats sailed. You know, they put the bow, when they say bow down, it
This
means
one,
you
Reg,
just drop
I
it
think
lower.
this is going to be a dogfight right to the end.
This is going to be this is a foot race because I don't think you have the tack here.
But look
This
at
is speed
look at the water coming over Whitty K, and she
Yeah.
has to be careful because you're not the best of the best. She sank doing something similar, just like this.
Yeah.
Powering, water coming across the bow. Sassy Sue sitting high out of the water, so she's not being affected by any water coming into that.
Nope. But look at what she's doing. She's coming up across.
She's gonna try to block it out.
She's just coming up. She's coming up across. Either that or the drone is turning. Maybe the drone's just turning and getting in front, and we're getting more in front of them.
I just hope that bilge pump on Whitty K is working full force because she is scooping water, Reg, like a bucket.
Yes. Now the position she's in, she's gonna get bad air off of Sassy Sue, and Stefan is coming right up across her. Right up across her. Look at this.
I'm getting a little bit nervous for those guys on the Whitty K.
Look at this.
I'm getting nervous, Reg. I'm
Totally
getting nervous.
different. Totally different. Sassy Sue is
Getting
away.
nervous.
Sassy Sue is away. Okay, we lost drone there, so we got to go to the
Go to your eyes, Reg. Go to your eyes.
Go to the eyes.
Hey, right in front of you.
Right in front of us. Okay.
Drone's back up. Drone
All
is
right.
back up. We've got the coverage.
I'm not going to watch this on the drone. I'm going to watch this on the water because it's right in front of us, folks. And Whitty K she is coming. This is the finish.
Coming to the finish line.
This is the finish. And I'm going to tell you something. The position that Sassy Sue is in, I would be very surprised if Whitty K can pass her. I don't think he can pass her. I think they're tied together right there, and they're probably going to go to the line like that.
It is some race, I can tell you. But man, that Sassy Sue is sitting high out of the water. She's sitting like a B-class boat.
She's just riding it out.
Just a big monster out there on the water. And Stefan doing all he can to hold off the boat that he used to sail on. He's won so many C-class regattas sailing the Whitty K. And now the hunter is being hunted. He's being hunted, Reg.
I want you to notice that Stefan doesn't want Whitty K to get too far above him.
He's coming.
He wants to get that foul air back on that. Okay, that's why he keeps coming up there, and he's in front.
Well, he's got to be careful because Whitty K is coming.
So, folks, watch this. This is finishing.
Whitty K is scooping water like a bucket. Like she is scooping water like a bucket.
And she's dropping
like
back.
a submarine now.
And dropping back. So the gap is opening a little bit.
Oh my goodness! Are they gonna be able to keep that boat afloat? Are they gonna be able to keep that boat afloat?
I don't know, Dwight. I don't know.
Reg, look at the bow. That boat is underwater at this point.
They're all on the stern. They're all on the stern. Okay.
Wow! What sailing!
They're all on the stern.
This is some race happening right in front of us.
Sassy Sue is putting it to her, folks. 2 Long Island boats coming down here, and Jeff is closing.
Best of the best. The best
Jeff
of the best.
is closing. We got a race. We got a race here, folks. We got us a boat race.
Anybody makes a mistake right now and it's all over. Anybody makes a mistake and it's all over. Sassy Sue, those guys, look at them out there on the pride trying to hold that boat down. Trying to hold off the Whitty K. He's coming.
And they're neck and neck.
Trying to hold her off.
But the Whitty K is not going to pass from that position. Not going to pass from that position. If she was on another leg, she would tack away.
Reg, I believe they have to tack back to the buoy.
No, I think they go straight through.
No, the mark is up. The finished buoy is up in the middle of the course.
Well,
they're going to have to go back.
Remember last time they went straight through?
I believe they're going to have to go back, and if they have to go back, I believe the Whitty K is going to have the advantage.
No, if they go back, Sassy Sue will. If she tacks, Sassy's right now. Sassy's going to be on top.
Reg, look
at
it, Reg. Look at it. Look at it. Whitty K has got her. Whitty K has got her.
Well, I don't look that way from here.
Wow.
But it's a horse race.
Man, you could not ask for a more exciting race right there, folks. And I'm sure those of you watching at home.
Okay, we go to the drone here. Where's the mark? And you can see the distance here, folks.
It is as close as a race could be.
The Sassy Sue is, but look at the bow wave. Look at the bow wave.
Just look at that. Look at that.
Oh, stay with us a little bit longer. Here you go. Now we see the distance. That's the real race right there, folks.
Oh, they're coming to the mark.
That's the real race right there, folks.
It's going to be close. Oh, my goodness. Sassy Sue doing it.
It's
3 second separation between the two boats.
Pass.
Unbelievable.
No way you're going to pass.
And it's over.
And Jeff is going to be third. If not, well, we got 4th and 5th, and we got a whole line coming right now. The reason he couldn't pass him is because he was sailing in foul air.
Yeah.
He just couldn't get clear out.
Yeah, but a job well done.
If he was a little bit further upwind,
and
had clear air, I think Whitty K would have nipped it.
Job well done, guys.
Yeah. But that's racing.
Masterful sailing. That's racing.
What I'm saying.
That's racing.
Sailing and racing.
That's racing.
We just saw racing, folks.
Yes.
Between those 3 boats. Now, we've got another similar race coming here.
And that's for 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah.
So
5th, 6th, and 7th.
4th place, I believe, is going to be Captain Lauren.
Yeah. And who's the boat behind Captain Lauren?
And behind Captain Lauren, I believe we had...
Is that H2O?
We had H2O.
Is H2O? Is that Effort? Effort's got 2 tacks dropped. The wind must have gone up out here.
We've got
And
number
then we
90.
got number Zeno.
We've got number 90,
Zena.
Zeno, number
Zena got in
23,
there.
23, Patent Pride. And
Second place would have been
Confusion.
Widdy K.
Yeah, Widdy K would
And
have been
third
second.
place would have been It Ain't Right.
It Ain't Right.
And but
Well,
we have
we
two
got
boats in
fourth and
between.
fifth. Yeah, I think
But-
it's H2O and Captain Lauren.
Look at the next three boats.
Who's 47, Reg? Give me the 47.
47.
Is that
47
H2O?
is H2O.
Oh, so H2O is in
Yeah,
fourth.
Yeah, it's effort. Give me the next one.
And then after that is Captain Lauren
Okay.
in
And then,
fifth.
then go to these three.
And then you go to Xena
Okay.
in sixth.
Xena.
Patent Pride in seventh.
And
And Confusion
Confusion.
in eighth.
There she is.
And then we'll see who's in number 9. Number 40, Reg.
Number 40. We didn't find 40,
No,
remember?
is that one of the red boats out of Black Point?
Is that 40 or 04? No.
No, 40.
No. We don't have a 40, unfortunately. So we don't know who that is.
And then 28.
28 should be Fugitive. Is it?
Well, it's Fugitive Sail.
Yeah, but
I
it's
don't-
not Fugitive.
Maybe Eyes using.
Maybe.
Third place
but we
was
can't
It
tell.
Ain't Right out of Abaco.
Yeah.
Reg.
And look at the line.
Oh, man.
Look at the line
Yes,
coming in here.
Yes,
huh?
yes. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
I wish we could tell you the boats as they come by, folks, but unless we have the sail number, we can't tell you. There are too many boats without sail numbers.
Yeah, and some of them sailing sails that don't belong to them.
Yeah, they change
So
sails
that's
as well.
causing a little issue.
It's a little issue. But Patent Pride, I thought would be a lot higher than she is. She started out very, very well, but did not stay with the pack with the lead boats. Xena, it's good to see Xena back.
Yes.
Very, very competitive boat, and I think is David sailing her. I think he is. Yep, David knows. So, folks,
all right, drone back up again.
This is a C-class race. And this is the first Commodore Cup race. This might also have to be a series race. We're still looking at the weather and trying to see what's going to happen with Saturday. Can't tell you that yet. But we're hoping for the best, that we get in all 4 days of racing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We get about half the fleet coming to the line right now, Dwight. All finishing. This is a good finish. Come around the lower mark, put your nose on the mark, and go to it.
Yeah.
Do we have a problem down there? No? Nope. It's somebody on the downwind line. And I will tell you, I'm very, very pleasantly surprised that we didn't have any sinkings.
No.
No collisions, no sinkings. Everybody obeyed the rules. We had a little hookup on the start, but as I said, that's neither here nor there. So we are here for the 68th National Family Island Regatta from beautiful Georgetown, Exuma. Georgetown is about, what are we, about 120 miles southeast of Nassau, of New Providence Island, about 300 miles off the mainland, USA. We sit in the only blue ocean left. Very proud of that.
Yep.
And Dwight, this harbor in the winter hosts some 400 plus yachts.
Yes.
From
Around
United
the
States, Canada, Europe.
Yep.
All come here in the winter here.
Yep.
Some go on down south, but the majority of them
Stay
just as
here.
far south as they go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they've developed into quite a community over the years.
Oh, wow.
Because you have the same folks come every year.
Yep.
So they've become, like a second family for Exuma. Definitely a good financial boost to the economy of Exuma.
Certainly.
From those folks. And camaraderie.
And it's another city at night.
Absolutely.
And
Looks
you
like
look
New
across
York.
at Stocking
Yeah, it looks
Island,
like New York.
and it's a city of lights.
Yep.
Just
Absolutely.
we came had a fundraiser for setting our club over at Chat and Chill the other night, and we were coming back at night through that fleet.
Right.
Oh my God! What a view!
Yeah.
What a sight to
We
see.
got a whole bunch of Reg, 4 or 5 boats now just going through the mark.
Do we have
finishing up.
numbers?
57, C1 Sacrifice.
C1 is Sacrifice. Boy, she's way down in the pack. That's amazing.
Right now, I think this is the bottom half of the fleet coming in.
The blue mass coming here is Balrich. Do you have a number? Is there a number?
95.
95. Let's see if we have that number. Don't see. You see a 90. Don't see a 95. Miss Laura. That's a new boat. I haven't seen her before. We have a number of new boats in the fleet, folks. We're going to try and identify them for you tomorrow or in the next race. Which will be tomorrow.
As we get into the point series.
Yeah.
Kind of be able to clarify and point out which boats are up at the top and which boats we want to be looking out for as the races progress, because it's going to be important your finish position starting with tomorrow's race.
So as we close this race, let's just run down B class
coming up.
Yeah, because that's going to be interesting too.
Yep. 9 boats in B class. Reg.
Yeah.
I had the names all.
Well, let me show them. Tarian is 33. Udiva.
10.
And by the way, I'll come back and talk about Tarian because there's an interesting story there. Udiva, Lonesome Dove, of course, Jeff Kale back here. We had a collision between Lonesome Dove and Tarian last year.
Yep.
Lady Sonia with Buzzy Roll from Exuma is back. Ant's Nest, Liam Brister, Ragged Island, perennial. That's a perennial. Barbarian 1 with Delworth Gibson, again, always here, always shows up, always represents. Susan Chase to 4, Stefan Knoll, Boat to Beat, Cobra, Dwayne Higgins, Meg Warner, another perennial, shows up. Cobra's a fast boat, but she just doesn't ever seem to sail to her potential. And that's something we can talk about.
When you say fast does...
Oh, fast. She's a good sloop. She really is, Dwight. I mean, she's a good sloop. There's another one like her, Stores Plumbing, redone by Mark. Good boat, but crewing, just crewing and racing, that's the difference. And then Queen Drusilla with Stefano Kemp. Tariana, come back to that, Dwight. Joss Knowles is the eldest son of Commodore Dwight Knowles. And he
Dallas.
is the Dallas Knowles.
You're giving Dallas my name.
Dallas Knowles. Too many D's. He is the current champion E-class sailor, and I believe he's either second or first. Christina can correct me this in the best of the best as well. Yeah,
Joss
in
E-class
in Sunfish. He's also a very good sunfish sailor.
Yeah, he just participated in a regatta in Nassau recently, I believe.
Yeah.
Did extremely well.
So
second place, I believe, overall.
Yeah.
Second place overall,
so we're going to get you, hopefully we're going to get to talk to some of these young captains. But Joss is now going to be, for the first time, sailing Tarian in this regatta.
As the skipper.
Yes, as the skipper.
Taking over from his...
Yes, sir.
His dad?
Yes, sir.
Yep. All right.
And on body, he'll have his younger brother, Emmett.
Yep.
I believe Emmett has recovered. Now, let's go back and talk about something that happened at the line with Emmett. He pitch bowled. He went under.
Yes.
We have, for the first time, Roston McGregor's company, salvaging company, to raise boats that sink. So you're not raising your own boat now.
Okay.
Okay. If you go down,
someone will pull you off.
That boat is here, get you up, and get you pumped out right away.
Right.
And we have a method of doing that puts the boat right back in. So you're sailing again. Okay. So that's the B class fleet. We've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boats that will come to the line. And we are due to start that race at, let me just...
Should have been at 12:30, but I believe it's going to be a bit late because...
We couldn't do this before, folks, but we can now, you know. We can just go on here and we can look for the race schedule.
Yeah.
And we can tell you when that race is supposed to be. Go to your app there and it says...
1 o'clock? 1:30.
12:30.
Should have been 12 for this 30-minute gun and 12:30 for the race start.
12:30. Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't think that's going to be
this
realistic.
one's not going to do it.
Well, you never know. They're getting there now. We have the final couple of boats coming across now. Uncle John
finishing
Reg,
up C-class.
just going up in front of us, and behind Uncle John is a boat that I'm not sure what it is.
What's the number on it?
007.
007 we do have here, and that is Denrick Miller. That's Flash. She didn't flash today.
Yeah, she flashed, but it was a weak,
a weak
flash. Yeah, very weak
and
flash.
that concludes the C-class Commodore Emeritus race today, and possibly the first Cup race. Keep that in mind. First Cup race on Saturday if the weather continues to wind continues to come up. We're going to have sun. We're going to have a nice day, but it's going to be blowing. Okay. So yeah, we just want to run down. Dwight, what do you think
prediction?
of that race? What do you think of that race?
Oh, the last race.
Yeah,
Very exciting. I think from I've been watching sailing in recent years, probably one of the better races I've seen, particularly down to the finish, where it looked like it could go any way. And certainly if it was a little bit longer race, Willie K probably had even a better shot at catching Stefan. But, let's face it, Stefan is who he is. He's been doing what he's been doing just because of who he is.
An interesting thing just pops in my mind. When Stefan came around the lower mark, and folks, this is where we talk about racing, right? When Stefan came around the lower mark there, Dwight, he could have pushed up high enough so that Willie K could not get on top of him.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah.
And I wondered why. And you saw why right here.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to keep Willie K in his foul air. He knew he was going to need to do that, so he positioned himself in front of her, and he just kept her right in that wake. Yeah. And you can't pass. You're not going to pass him on that side, and he knows it. And you saw it right down to the finish.
Stefan is a racer.
Yes.
We've all come to that conclusion, and he does it extremely well.
Difference between racing and sailing, folks. Live from Georgetown, Exuma, Dwight Hart, Reg Smith, from the 68th National Family Island Regatta.
Absolutely.
On the Elizabeth Harbor in Georgetown.
B-class sailing coming up in a few short minutes. Reg, I would predict that we're going to see a 1 o'clock
1 o'clock
start. Yes.
Yeah, what are we now?
We're going to be about half an hour behind.
Because we're looking at some of the boats, folks, and there are no sails on them yet, and no crew here, and maybe that one's not going to sail. But the others are over in the harbor, and I'm sure they're getting ready. So we're going to take a little break here, and we'll be back to preview that race for you and talk to you about a few other things. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in a minute.
Mr. Roll, are you ready for regatta?
Regatta? Man, I've been ready for regatta. I'm on the Rollville boat. Keep your eye on them. So guess what, DPM? You better keep your eye on me, because I come in numero uno.
Good morning. My name is Regatta Watson, Member of Parliament for Phoenix and Johnstown, and Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Economic Affairs. On this regatta, I'll be sailing on the Xena from Long Island, and DPM, I want you to know, we can win this time.
John Pinder, Central South Africa MP, and looking forward to this year's National Family Island Regatta. We'll be sailing on NA right for the Ministers race, and last year DPM took first place, but that was protocol at hand. This year all bets are right, and NA right's going to do it.
Wayne Monroe, Member of Parliament for Freetown, hailing actually from Duncantown, Regatta Island. In the upcoming race, I'll be on the Irene Goodnight from Regatta Island. The DPM has the trophy for the winner. Uriah McPhee just gave me a trophy for coming dead last. DPM is trying to hold on to his trophy. I'm not trying to hold on to mine. When you're out front, people come in for you. He will learn that. He will learn that the hard way.
Good day, Bahamas. This is Honorable Leonardo Lightborn, Member of Parliament for North Islands and the Berry Islands, Parliamentary Secretary, the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs. I'm just here to let you guys know that come exuma regatta, I will be on board the Ashley from Mangrove Key, Andros. This is the boat that's going to take first place on the C-Class race with the Ministers' Cup. I want the Deputy Prime Minister to know that I'm coming for you. You're the reigning champion, and North Andros and the Berry Islands will be leaving 2024 number one.
How you doing? My name is Senator Quinton Lightborn. It's a pleasure that I've been invited by the Deputy Prime Minister to participate in the National Family Island Regatta in Georgetown, Exuma next weekend. But I must help, give the Deputy Prime Minister some advice that, there's nothing wrong with coming second, because I will be sailing with King and Knights, the Auckland's boat, at the National Family Island Regatta in Georgetown, Exuma. See you all there.
Minister Clay Sweeting, I am the Minister responsible for regattas and festivals. I am sailing on the Sassy Sue in the upcoming National Family Island Regatta next week. There's been a lot of trash talk going on. I know the Deputy Prime Minister last year, the first annual, came away with the win, but I just want to let him to know I apologize for having to take the championship from him in his hometown next week.
I'm Chester Cooper, Deputy Prime Minister, Member of Parliament for Exumas and Regatta Island, and importantly, the reigning champion of the First Minister's Challenge at the National Family Island Regatta in Exuma. As politicians, we speak at competitions and graduations and we say, you are all winners. Well, not in sailing, not at the Minister's Challenge, and not at the National Family Island Regatta. I intend to defend my championship. But I commend my colleagues for their sportsmanship and for showing up. There's no better way to show our support for the national sport than the Minister's Challenge. And there's no better place to do it than in Georgetown, Exuma at the National Family Island Regatta, where I shall hold no hostages.
Look out, DPM. Look out, Clay Sweeting. I'll be sailing in the Exuma Regatta. I'll be on catch the cat, and I want them to try to catch the cat. I am here with Clayton Patterson Smith, captain of the new Captain Jane.
That's right.
Making its debut in the A-class, the highly contested A-class division. Mr. Smith, I gotta tell you, that's a hard division. You got defending champion, new legend, you got the running tide, you got the defending, you have the champion of the best, silent partner.
Silent partner.
And I heard the tidal wave is even coming back.
Oh, the tidal wave is back, and I had a conversation with the captain of the tidal wave. It was the day before yesterday, and he claims that the tidal wave is in the best shape she's been in for more than a decade. And so, yes, I do agree with you. Highly contested, highly competitive. The tidal wave have won, I don't know, a 16, 17 championship in this harbor.
Wow.
The running tide is the next boat up. Has multiple championship. I don't know the number. I'm thinking 5, 6, 7 probably. The new legend is a 2-time champion. And we have the silent partner just coming off an awesome win at the best of the best. So, yeah, it's highly contested, but I'm not afraid.
You're not afraid?
No, I'm here to take them down.
All right. So you see you there at the starting line.
I'll be at the starting line, brother. And you know, I'm easy to spot. Okay?
Why you say that?
Because I'm different. You're gonna pick me out.
Your design is different as well.
My design is different, and it has caused some controversy. But somebody told me it's new; it's never been done before. And no, I think it's a rebirth of some of the oldest. If you take photos and look at some of the oldest Bahamian sloops back in the day from its inception, you would notice that they have this really long and sharp bow. Okay, yeah, I've reconfigured that a little, but it's not new. It's a rebirth. It's a return. Okay,
all right.
But there's a little bit more in there. So be ready to see me on the stage and get ready to dance with me to the victory dance.
All right, Mr. Smith. Good luck.
Okay, so Stephen, how many boats would you have competing in the National Family Island Regatta this year?
I'll be sailing on the running tide in A-class, Susan Chase in B, and Sassy Sue in C-class.
This year's Family Island Regatta, National Family Island Regatta, we've seen an increase in E-class sloops. How do you think that would affect young sailors in this year's regatta?
Well, for one, the E-class boats are a lot more affordable, so parents could more afford them for their kids to sail. You know, a boat like Sassy Sue, you're looking at $60,000, $70,000. So whereas you could build one of those E-class for about $10,000 or $15,000. So it's going to allow more of the kids to engage in the sport. You know, mainly because it's more affordable. That's why you see so much increase in that class. And also, you only need like 2 people to sail, so you don't have to worry too much about finding crew members when it's time to go racing. So that's an advantage, and I just hope that the class could be specifically for the children. I don't think those adults should be in those boats, period. That's my viewpoint. A lot of people don't share that view, but that's my view.
Okay, awesome. And of course, you know, we want to know, how do you think you're going to do in this year's regatta?
Well, last year I didn't do as well as I expected, but this year is going to be different. You know, I come in with blood in my eyes, and I got top boats, championship boats, won many regattas and races all over the country. So we're going to do our best, and may the best man win.
Okay, so Stephen, how many boats would you have?